Okay.
Okay, good. It's recorded. Okay, everything I say will be placed in court. Okay, first of all, I just want to say I'm very, very, very honored. Yeah, I'm nothing, I'm no one very special except, of course, I'm the son of God. And I find it such a privilege to be able to share my life story. And later in the last half an hour, I would love to hear your life story also. Not life story, but at least maybe story of last year. Okay, what happened in 2020. So I'm going to share some things that are a little bit personal. They are not private at all since it's being recorded, because everything, even my salary, all that has been on Sunday Times. This was on September, a few months ago, last year. So I was featured on Sunday Times live section, and everything is out. Everything, which church I go to, what's my mother's name, everything was there. Yeah, so I'm going to share all these personal stories, not because I want to be like Prince Harry or whoever to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be able to be like a secular pastor, I call it. That means I want to be able to impact lives, even though I'm not ordained, didn't study 4 years of theology. I want to impact lives as much as possible. Okay, so as I continue to share, I hope all of you can pray for me that everything that comes out of my mouth is wisdom from God. So it will not be Eugene sharing. I will be used as a channel of blessing. And once again, I appeal to your kind heart to keep your videos on. Yeah, because from some past experiences, sometimes the longer I share, the less videos are on. And finally, after I finish sharing, I'm talking to a black wall. Okay. Yeah, I think when we are all in the same room, most people respect each other, right? Nobody will keep using the phone or keep going in and out of toilet. But when people are on Zoom, I think somehow we forget basic social etiquette and basic manners. People start to click hide screen, hide this and that, and then go to toilet. Then I'm thinking like, then might as well not listen at all, right? just watch Netflix, play with your grandchildren or something. Yeah, so as long as you are still in the webinar, please place 100% attention. Okay, not to me, yeah, but to the blessings of God and to what God wants to tell you through me and through each other. Okay, those who agree with this rule of being 100% present, please put yes. Okay, once I see enough yes, I will start sharing my slides. Okay, go to the chat and type yes, yes, if you agree to this golden rule. Okay, treat others the way you want to be treated. That means respect each other, respect the speaker, respect the organizers, even though we cannot see you, even though you are at home. Okay, quite a number of yes. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's such a blessing to receive your yes. Okay, now I'm going to share my slide. Okay, those who can see the slide, put me, ME. Okay, just to separate from yes. I want to make sure you can see the slides. If not, I keep talking non-stop and then you say, hey, actually I cannot see the slides. Okay, put me if you can see the slides. Esther can see, Karen can see, Andy can see, David can see. Anybody else? Okay, there'll be a lot of typing, by the way. Yeah, I hope you don't find it very tiring. Because the way to be an effective or engaging speaker is to make sure you're still there. If I talk non-stop without asking you a question, I cannot confirm that you're still there. Okay, so thank you, Piping and Lilia. Okay, good. Let me continue. So there's something called the anti-fragile mindset. Very, very unique word. Right? Everybody heard of resilient. Everybody heard of fragile. But what is anti-fragile? Yeah, so I'm going to explain to you, first of all, what is anti-fragile later and why should we have anti-fragile mindset. And the most important is, so what? Right? Why do I want to learn about anti-fragile mindset, right? That there's no diploma, no degree, nothing, right? It is really just to bless your life. Make sure no matter what kind of difficulties you face, you can overcome it. Okay. So the very first question I want to ask you right now is, what kind of challenges, okay, what kind of challenges do you face or do you foresee yourself facing in 2021? Now it's only March, by the way, so we have easily another 9 months to go, right? Yeah, so what kind of challenges do you face? Like maybe the challenge of finding a job is a challenge, right? There's no embarrassment or shame in that. I lost my job before 2013, and for 9 months I couldn't find a job, right? I was so so desperate that I got featured on 联合早报. They say, oh, this guy study in top school but cannot find job, It was splashed all over the papers. Yeah, so after that I realized, there's nothing wrong at all. A lot of people suffer through all sorts of financial, career, family, marriage, parenting issue. If a person doesn't have issue, I suspect he's probably not alive lah. Anybody who is alive would face issue for sure. Okay, so please type some possible challenges. If you don't face any current challenges, at least do some prediction. Okay, like in the next 6 months, 9 months, what possible challenges could you or other people, it could be your husband, it could be your children, it doesn't have to be you. Okay, what possible challenges will you be facing? Because if I don't see any challenge that you're typing, not much point learning about anti-fragile. Okay, anti-fragile is to overcome challenges. I'm going to patiently wait until you type some possible challenges that you're facing. Okay, so Lilia is moving up the career path, very good. And then Karen talks about changing job skills, right? Last time everything was manual, paper-based, now it's digital, so we need to go for digital courses for sure. Andy talks about staying relevant. Yeah, very good. Right. If you continue to grow 1% per day, it sounds very good, right? Unfortunately, it's not very good because the whole society is growing at 10% per day. So 1% means you are actually depreciating. Like your money in the bank is growing at 0.05, but actually it's not growing at all. Yeah, because inflation is growing at 3%. Yeah, so you're actually depreciating your job skills, depreciating your relevance, depreciating your money. Okay, so thank you, Andy, for reminding us that. And then Pipping talks about sustaining current job. Yes, yeah, just because you work in something for 10 years, 20 years doesn't mean it will stay there forever. I was a banker for 13 years, highly sought after, promoted every 2 years. And then 2013 November, they say, sorry, you're gone, and you're gone. Right? I cannot use a time machine and turn back. And then pretend I'm not gone. And I tell you, in the investment bank, they pay a lot of money, but they don't treat you like human being. The moment they ask me to go, they ask me to go in 5 minutes. Okay, not 2 months, not 3 months, 5 minutes, please leave the building. I say, I'm going to go and get my backpack. They say, oh, in that case, our security guard will escort you. Okay, so sustaining current job, very important. And then David Wong talks about a lot of people will be retrenched. Last year, 100,000 jobs were gone. 100,000, right? A lot were from Suntec, from Resorts World, from Singapore Airlines. Just 4 days ago, our dear oil and gas giant, ExxonMobil, they announced 7% cuts. Okay, one of my friends, he is also a client, and I coach him in career, in finance, and he told me that next week he will know whether he stays or goes. Right? Very scary. He has 3 kids, by the way. So, well, like what David Wong says, more of us will be retrenched. Even business owners, right? You can have Bak Chor Mee, 25 years long queue one, gone just like that. Very scary. Iris, yes, wants to go back to the job market. Very good. Grace wants to find a suitable job, saving enough money as well. Yes. And Esther is a multi-generational workforce. Yes, that's such a powerful phrase. You have Generation X, Y, Z, and I just learned this 2 weeks ago. After Z is letter A. Do you know that? Okay, so X, Y, Z, right? People don't know what it should be. Z1, Z2, Z3, cannot. Yeah, so you go back to A again. So the next generation after Z is called Generation Alpha. Yeah, I didn't know that until 2 weeks ago. Okay, so multi-generational workforce, conflict in values, conflict in efficiency, conflict in work-life balance, conflict in retirement age, everything conflict. Yeah. And then Mimi, obviously you have a small child, right, with you. I assume that's your child. You didn't kidnap that one. So you obviously want to work from home. Thankfully, Mimi, you are in the correct era. Yeah, 2020, 2021 is the era for working from home. So congratulations, you are definitely going to achieve that soon. Okay, there are 3 kinds of people that behave different ways. Okay, let's see which kind you are. Yeah, the first kind are people who take control. Okay, of course, we know God takes ultimate control, but I'm talking about humanly speaking, right? I still remember when I was studying for my O levels. Remember, I went to church. Some of you missed my testimonial. 12 years old, I went to church, okay? Before that, I was Bai Guan Yin Wan. And then from 12 to 21, I was sort of cruising along in church because, truth be told, there are a lot of pretty girls in church. Yeah. So I thought, so nice because I studied in a boys' school called the Chinese High School, currently known as Hua Chong Institution, with no girls. Right? I mean, there are women, which are the teachers, but not so appropriate. Yeah, so I want to look for girls. St. Andrew's Cathedral has a lot of girls. Yeah. So, so from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I kept going to church every single Sunday without fail. Hey, no MRT, 1988, 99, 89, 90, 91, 92, no MRT. Wow, to City Hall, no MRT, no City Hall MRT station also. Yeah, but every Sunday without fail, just to see girls, I took the bus all the way, 1 hour to St. Andrew's Cathedral, and I love my social circle. Okay, hey, I'm joking, I didn't go to see girls, I just like the community, okay? All the people love each other so much, so I just keep going. Yeah, and then I realized something. O levels, I thought I can pray, like, hey, God, take control, God. Please help me O levels, score all A's. I'm not going to study anymore. That's not how God works, right? You realize? God, in His grace, can help you with your studies, but you still have to study, right? Nobody can say, oh, I sit back, relax, and just pray, and your O levels magically become A, like A levels, become A star. Don't have. And same for job hunt, same for career progression, same for business, same for health, right? You cannot say, oh, I believe in God, so I can eat rojak every day, eat laksa every day, and say, oh, how come I got heart attack? Well, God doesn't love me. Hello? You eat laksa, you eat mee rebus, you still want healthy body. What's wrong with you? Right? So we must learn to take control. Okay? God gives us 2 hands, 2 legs. Hey, by the way, I keep talking non-stop. Who agrees with me that God takes control, but we also need to take control, okay, of our health and our studies? Okay? Agree? Yeah. You can either raise hand to agree or you can type agree in the chat. Okay? Digital and non-digital. Okay, very good. Okay, so some people during a crisis, they take control. They go and study digital marketing course. Wow, they go and study AI course, data sciences course. Okay, very, very inspirational people. Okay, some of them are my friends, some of them are my family members. However, some people are just sitting at the back as a passenger. They say, hey, let me wait for pandemic to be over. Last year, March, I still remember some of my friends say, Aya, by May, over already. Don't worry. By May, we can travel already. Wow, that was too optimistic. Still remember, during the early stages of COVID-19, the government told us not to wear face mask, right? Okay, it felt like a generation ago, but it was just last year. Okay, so we just sit back, relax, say, never mind lah, whatever the government decide, just decide lah. Whatever my boss decide, just decide lah. I'll just sit there and be driven around. Anybody who is in that position, most of them lost their jobs already. Some of them are very stagnant in their jobs. Some of them are threatened, almost going to lose their job soon. People who do not take control of their own skills, their own time management, their own emotion, will always be controlled by others. And when I say others, I don't mean God. Of course, I like to be controlled by God. I'm talking, David Wong has to go. Sorry, did I offend somebody? No, but every time I'm offensive, please let me know. Don't just leave. Okay, thank you. Good night, David Wong, and have a good rest. Yeah. So I was quite surprised. Like halfway, I thought people leave one. Okay, so some people take control and some people don't take control. Okay, so please do not become like a passenger, because if you stay too long as a passenger, very soon you become like this. You become left behind, right? The person driving the car will always have the last say. Even for Grab, I don't think you're the customer, you can control the Grab driver. He's the one at the steering wheel. If you make him angry, he can do all sorts of funny things, okay? So please don't be the passenger, be the driver. If not, very soon you'll be left behind by the moving car. So these are the 3 kinds of people. Now the question is, what is the main cause for the difference among the 3 categories? Okay, go to the chat and type. What is the main cause of the difference. Don't tell me appearance, because even good-looking people also will lose their job, right? Don't tell me it's because of degree, diploma. A lot of engineering degree holder already gone, right? No job. And some people PSLE drop out, wow, become multimillionaire. Okay, so don't tell me degree and diploma. Anything else? Oh, wait, sorry for that. I think there's noise here. Hey, thanks for telling me that. Okay, Grace, you are 100% correct. Okay, it is mindset. Okay, and Kame is also correct because proactivity comes from a strong mindset. A person with positive mindset will naturally be proactive, right? These two are closely linked. And like what Lilia says, a person with positive mindset would of course make the effort, right? Not just pray and relax, but make the effort. And making the effort must still pray. I'm not asking y'all to only work hard and not pray. Okay, the prayer is a foundation. You must do that, and on top of that, you must work hard. You must learn. Okay, ask yourself how you spend time every day. This one no need to tell me. Okay, I'm not your parents. I'm not your coach yet. Okay, please ask yourself, how do you spend time? Some people I know every day spend time by watching Netflix. You know, Netflix subscription quadrupled. It's crazy. They are earning big bucks simply because people don't know what to do, right? Cannot travel, some lost their jobs, so every day watch Netflix. By the way, I confess I also watch Netflix. Yeah, but I watch movies. These people watch series. A series, I tell you, series, you have to keep following one, And the series on Netflix is powerful, right? They write it in a way that's very, very addictive. And recently, Disney Plus also got launched. Wow, I tell you, there's a lot of choices now. If you are hooked on digital TV, you'll be hooked forever. Okay, then you waste your time and you say, hey, how come my skill didn't improve? If you look for a job in Netflix, maybe you can get a chance, right? But if you look for a job outside Netflix, then they say, hey, what have you been doing with the last 7 months? You say, oh, watching Netflix. Oh. Who's going to hire you? Right, please spend time wisely. Okay, it all comes from a mindset. So one particular brand of mindset. Okay, this one some of you may have heard, some of you may not have heard. So I would like to share with you. It's called neuro linguistics programming. Okay, if you are taking notes, in fact, okay, please make sure you take notes. Okay, yeah, no point listening to me without taking notes. So please write down neuro linguistic programming. This is very, very powerful, very powerful. Okay, in fact, some people they say it's so powerful, it is very anti-Christian. They say, wow, we are playing God by learning NLP. It's not so extreme, don't worry. Okay, I cannot hypnotize people. I cannot make people who originally want to say no to say yes. Okay, yeah, people still have free will. Yeah, but NLP is going to help you program your own mindset. That means you don't need to wait until external circumstances change. Some people they will only feel happy if their salary increase, right? Some people will only feel happy if they get a job. No need to wait one, right? The moment you use neuro-linguistic programming, tonight you can switch from unhappy to happy, just like that. Okay, let me describe a little bit. So basically, NLP means this. If you want to change your mindset, all you need to do, okay, is to change the words in your brain. Okay, this is so powerful, this definition. I'm going to repeat it slowly. Okay, please listen carefully, mindfully. To change your mindset, okay, you don't need to put electric shock. You don't need to go for 10 days silent retreat. All you need is to change the words in your brain. Okay, I give you very, very simple example. A lot of people say, bo pian lah. Now COVID-19, where got job? No job one lah. Don't even try lah. Waste time lah. Watch Netflix lah. If you talk like that, if the words in your brain is like that every day, then you are creating your own destiny. Every choice leads to a consequence. If you choose not to update your resume, not to be active on LinkedIn, not to actively network with people virtually or over lunch, then you keep saying bo pian na, bo pian na, bo pian na. Then naturally you cannot find a job. Naturally you are stagnant in your job, right? You are the one, by making this choice, you caused your destiny. This is called a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, self-fulfilling prophecy. Because you are the one who did it, so you end up jobless. So please don't blame PAP, blame God, blame cathedral. It is because you did not upgrade your skill by putting negative words in your brain. So the positive words that I will put in my brain, okay, it's called "it's up to me." Okay, I love this whole sentence. In fact, one day I may print a t-shirt with it. If it is to be, it is up to me. It rhymes, right? That means if you want anything to happen, then you have to make sure it happens, right? If you want to meet a good boss, then you have to network. If you don't network, the good boss is not going to magically drop from the ceiling. So if it is to be, it is up to me. Another example. Why? Why did I lose my job? Why COVID-19 happened? Why this person go and eat the bat in Wuhan? Why? You can ask why for the next 10 years, nothing will happen. You know that the question of why did this happen is a very disempowering question. It is a very weak question. Weak. The longer you ask this, the more paralyzed you become. Why did my wife treat me this way? Why did my parents not earn enough money now? I cannot have inheritance from them. Why my children got disability? Why my husband gamble? Why my mother is sick? You ask why your mother will suddenly become healthy, man? Right? No need to ask why. Next time when we go to heaven, then once you see God, then you don't know what to say. I say, hey God, can I ask you a whole series of questions? I wrote them down. Then you can ask him why. Why? How come women are like that, men are like that? Why one from Mars, one from Venus? That one you ask God, okay? Don't ask each other. You will never find the answer. Why don't we change why to how? How is a very, very powerful question. How? Not only engineers need to answer how, all human beings need to answer how. How can I step up? This is a very powerful programming. I keep talking about programming as if I'm from IT. I'm not from IT. Yeah, I know next to nothing about software programming. Okay, the word programming, by the way, is change. Change. Okay, please write it down. Programming is such a big word, 3 syllables. Just write one word will do. It means change. A software programmer can change the behavior of the computer system. That's why they are called software programmer. So a neuro-linguistic programmer means a person who can change the mindset, change the words. Okay, very powerful. Okay, let's play a short game now. Very simple. Okay, I show you a negative programming and you give me the positive programming. Okay, some of you might say things like, I'm a total failure. Okay, some of you might have a cell group or be in a family where somebody tell you that, like your children say, mommy, I'm a failure, I don't care about me, right? Or maybe you tell yourself that, or maybe your husband, your spouse tell yourself that. So I want you to change it. Okay, instead of saying I'm a failure every day, what can you change it to? Okay, I give you some time to pray, to reflect. Please type it into the chat group. Okay, what can you change the word I'm a failure to? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just your answer and my answer. That's all. Okay. Wow, I love Esther's answer. I have room for improvement. Wow. Who likes it? Can you put yes? Who likes Esther's answer? Put yes. Wow, I love it. Okay, I have room for improvement. Yes, Cumming loves it. Okay, anyone else? Wow, okay, feel free to copy. I don't think Esther will sue you. Say, hey, copyright, trademark. Okay, so please feel free to use it. This is called positive programming. Every time you fail at something, you immediately say, wow, hey, I can learn from it. I can improve. There's a very famous book by John Maxwell. John Maxwell is a Christian leader and coach, okay? And he said this, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Nice, huh? A lot of people say, hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. John Maxwell say, no. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. In other words, you always grow, right? Because when you win, of course, you grow, right? You celebrate success. But when you don't win, You're not losing. You're learning something precious. The person who reflects every day, and we are supposed to reflect every day through quiet time, right? The person who reflects every day will definitely grow every day. Confirm one. And like what Lilia says, during reflection, you can ask yourself, how can I do better? Okay. I love to ask feedback. Okay. Later after this talk, I will also ask you for feedback if you indulge me, okay, if you humor me. Yeah, I would love to learn how to speak better the next time I share on the same topic. Okay. And one last example. Okay. Some people will say, I am too busy lah, no time lah, no time to learn lah. What data analytics, science, digital marketing, no time, no time. Yeah, you're busy with grandchildren, busy with cleaning the toilet, busy with cooking for my family every day. Where got time to learn all this? How can we change this sentence to something more powerful? Okay, take some time to reflect and type out the new programming. Whenever you catch yourself saying, I'm too busy, no time, what can you change the sentence to? I patiently wait, patiently wait. This one's slightly more difficult because some of you sincerely believe you are too busy. Okay, let me describe to you while you're thinking of this, why I don't think you're too busy. All of us, okay, this one, I can prove it one. All of us, regardless of your race, language, nationality, or wealth, has only 24 hours. Yes, Lilia, we only have 24 hours per day. How many days do you have? It's up to God, I don't know. Yeah, but you only have 24 hours per day. Even Bill Gates has 24 hours per day. Right? Elon Musk, Lee Kuan Yew, I mean, now he's dead and gone, but last time before he passed on, he also had 24 hours per day. Well, how come Lee Kuan Yew use his 24 hours can build a nation, Can build a nation. How come Elon Musk use his 24 hours can send rocket to Mars? How come can build 4 successful companies? What are we doing with our 24 hours? I tell you, okay, I tell you the truth. Most of us waste a lot of time every day. And those who say agree one, can you agree? Most of us waste a lot of time, right? While we're waiting for MRT, what are we doing? Checking Facebook or reading a book? What are we doing? Every time you meet your friend for lunch, what are you doing? Are you asking very deep questions about his life, about his marriage, or are you talking about soccer? So, hey, what movie do you watch? Hey, today's weather very nice. Like, what are you doing every day? These are all wasted time. Learn to grab hold of every single moment in your life, and you can do wonders. You can do wonders. Okay, I'm not speaking from theory or because I read a book I share with you. Because when I lost my job in 2013, I had to immediately create income, right? Because every month that I wait, my children suffer. My wife has stopped working since 2005. She was a pastor in St. Andrew's Cathedral, by the way. I think a lot of people didn't know that. Okay, she was from the Mandarin congregation. She was a pastor for about 6 years. So I actually dated a pastor during those days. And then after that, when she got married to me and became a mother, she quit. Okay, I'm so sorry to the cathedral. I'm the cause of her resignation. And then after that, she became a full-time homemaker ever since, which means the whole family depended on only one source of income. So the moment I lost that source of income, I needed to quickly rebuild my wealth. Right? I cannot say, oh, I watch Netflix, go to Garden Village, go jogging. Cannot. Every single day was precious to me, which is why I suddenly realized that, hey, I can do so much within a day. So much. Okay. So from today onwards, please, all of us need to take action after this sharing. There are 3 daily mistakes that many of us make. Okay, the moment we decide to sit in the passenger seat, we will make these 3 mistakes. The first mistake is we don't want to change. I say, no need lah. I'm already in my 50s already. You still want me to change? I'm already in my 40s already. And you know, I've coaching clients who tell me, yeah, I'm already in my 30s already. Huh? 30s also say already? Ayo, if I can slap him as a coach, I will, but I'll be sued for sure. 30s is young, hello, brother. So I tell you, the moment people are resistant to change, they start to use their age as an excuse. Do not find excuses. Okay, find solutions. Find solutions. The next daily mistake of a passenger mindset is ignorant of trend. The whole world has changed so much. Actually, we keep blaming COVID. Before COVID, the world was changing already. Do you know for the past 7 years, I have been speaking about the same topic of mindset, right? Even before COVID, people said, "Ayo, too late already lah. Everybody go digital, sure get retrenched one." Even before COVID, the moment COVID happened, it actually didn't change anything. What COVID did was to expedite the process. It made it faster, that's all. All the digitization that was supposed to take place took place within a few months. All the work from home arrangements was already intact in a lot of HR policies, but they had no courage to implement. It suddenly got implemented during COVID. So we cannot be ignorant anymore, right? It's already been a year since lockdown. We cannot be ignorant of trends anymore. Just Google, okay? Just Google macro trends in my industry, okay? F&B, oil and gas, whatever industry you're from, go and Google it. Macro trends in oil and gas, in retail, okay, in technology. Then you can read all about it for free, okay? All you need to do is pay for Wi-Fi and you can read all the trends you want. And finally, a lot of us are very, very passive. What does passive mean? When I ask you, hey, any suggestion to change the programming from negative to positive? A lot of us are stuck, right? We're stuck. Nothing came out. Then you're thinking like, hey, can man? Really too busy, what? Huh? How come Grace, Esther say make time? Cannot make time one, really too busy. Too busy. Right? Ask you serve in church, too busy. Hey, any suggestion to make the cathedral service better? Don't know. I just come every Sunday only. I sit down and I just lift my hands, can already. Now don't ask me suggestion. Not just in the cathedral, in the company also. During the company meeting, your head of department asks you, hey, Iris, any suggestion? Or Lilia, any suggestion? Oh, don't have. You think you're very, very nice by saying don't have? I tell you, very soon, people will lose their respect for you. Not I say one, okay? Go and ask your colleagues. If you work there for 5 years, no suggestion, not proactive to communicate with people, how can people respect you? Respect must be earned, okay? Must be earned. You must constantly give proactive suggestion, constantly raise your hand to volunteer for things. Then people will respect you. Then you will stay relevant in your current job. The first deadly mistake is related to your attitude. The second one affects your knowledge. And the third one affects your skill, specifically your communication skill. Right? You ask any recruitment firm, any training company, they will tell you the 3 main ingredients to have a successful career is attitude, knowledge, and skill. This is a no-brainer, this is common sense, but tonight, let's be reminded of this once again. These 3 spell RIP, it's not a coincidence. That means that your job will die if you keep making these 3 daily mistakes. Let's have 1 minute silence for this person. Here lies someone with the passenger mindset. Let's pray for a person. Okay, so please, you shouldn't be under the ground, okay? You should be above the ground. Stop making these 3 daily mistakes. These 3 people did not make these 3 mistakes. In fact, they are the opposite. They have a driver mindset. Oh, I love it. I tell you, driver mindset. So what does a driver mindset mean? Okay, look at this bottom left person. Anybody knows his name, by the way? There's a clue on his t-shirt. What's his name? I wait 5 seconds, then I'll tell you the answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. His name is Eric Yuan. He's the founder of Zoom. Why did I put his photo in? Because everybody else suffered during COVID-19, but Mr. Eric Yuan became a multi-billionaire. Okay, some people say, so lucky, this guy. He's not lucky, okay? He created his own success. A few years ago, he actually worked for a company, a normal corporate employee. He worked for Cisco. Yeah, and then he keeps suggesting, very proactive guy, keeps suggesting, hey, our company going down, and then the sunset industry, we need to create a department for video conferencing. And guess what they did to him? They co-store him. Say this guy is troublemaker. Keep talking about video. Right, we're doing other things, not video. And he had no choice but to leave his company to start a video company. And then now he has the last laugh. Okay, so this is Mr. Eric Yuan for you, creating his own success through a driver mindset. The top right corner, I am very sure you know. Okay, please don't be shy. Tell me what is his name. This guy is mega famous. Okay, all of us should know. In some ways, even more famous than Lee Kuan Yew. Yeah. Yes, Andy. Jeff Bezos. Okay. Mr. Jeff Bezos is the founder of Amazon. Amazon is one of the 4 highly valued companies that reach $1 trillion. Okay, start with T1. From young, I hear millionaire already like, oh, so rich. And then became billionaire, start with B. And then now is trillionaire. Oh, no, this guy is not trillionaire, but his company is a trillionaire. Okay, so Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is the company of Google, all these have become $1 trillion companies. Why did they become $1 trillion? Because of COVID. COVID helped everybody to go online to purchase things. And then those offline ones like Robinson closed down. So this guy became mega rich because he was a visionary. Right from day one, do you know he used to earn about 25,000 US dollars per month? And then he gave up that salary to run a small little e-commerce shop called Amazon, selling only books. This guy is such a visionary that he was willing to give up $25,000 salary per month. Some of us only earn $5,000 per month, also don't want to give up to be a visionary. Right? So clearly this guy deserves all the wealth he got. And okay, let's skip the bottom right. No time. Okay, let's go to the anti-fragile. Okay, anti-fragile mindset. Let's play a game. By the way, it came from a book called Nassim Nicholas Taylor. Okay, he's the author, and the book is called Things That Gain from Disorder. Okay, the game is this, very simple. I would like you to choose which of these 3 objects are anti-fragile. Ready? Is it a fresh egg? Okay, fresh from the chicken. Or is it a stress ball that always bounces back to shape? Or is it the human muscle? Which one is anti-fragile? Choose A, B, or C. Let's go. Okay, Coming choose C. Esther choose C. Grace choose B. Anybody else? Come on, everybody participate. 加油. Okay, Andy Wong choose C. Mimi choose C. Karen Chan choose B. David Ng choose B. Lilia choose B. And Iris choose B. Okay, I'm going to announce the answer. Ready? Dun. The answer is C. Congratulations. Sorry, no prizes. So C. Why C? You look at the word anti-fragile. Fragile means easily broken, right? Which is the egg. The egg, give it a little bit of stress, gone already. Resilient means going back to shape, right? People always say, oh, this guy bounced back after cancer. This guy bounced back after retrenchment. Bounce back means go back to the same shape. Okay, resilient is not too bad. Okay, I respect people who are resilient. But now it's a pandemic. It's a global pandemic. We don't want to go back to the same. We want to be better. Right? One of the main purpose why God created us is for us to have spiritual growth. And those who agree, put agree. One of the main purpose of life is for us to have spiritual growth. That means we become more and more like God, more and more like Jesus. Those who agree, please put agree. Okay. So a lot of people say, hey, what's the purpose of life? Oh, we born and then we suffer and then we pay bills and then we die. So useless, so meaningless. It's not meaningless. Through all the ups and downs in life, we become more and more like God so that we are prepared for heaven. So this is a very, very long BMT, basic military training. so that we finally can pass on into heaven ready to worship God. This is the purpose of life. So we are not supposed to go back to the same shape, please. We're supposed to keep growing and becoming stronger through every crisis in our life. That's why the concept of anti-fragility is very Christian, very biblical, very spiritual. Okay, it is not just a secular concept. Okay, let me go deeper. Anti-fragile basically is constantly you have to benefit. Okay, not just tolerate. You have to benefit from change and stress. And not just the human muscle. Even the stock market can also benefit from change and stress. Okay, let me explain. There are a lot of lousy companies on the stock market. Okay, anybody who has ever bought stocks, you will know. Right? Some companies can disappear overnight. They are very lousy. And during a stock market crash, these kind of companies will disappear. So we want to weed out all the lousy companies, and only the good companies like Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, they will continue to stay. In fact, not only stay, become stronger and stronger through the crisis. Yeah, so a stock market crash is always good for the market, not so good for people who bought the lousy stocks. The last example I want to share, also from this book, all these examples came from the book, is the human brain. Okay, the human brain. So it's very, very important that our brain goes through stress. Can you imagine that we say, hey, I don't want to take PSLE, I don't want to take O-level, right? My father very rich. I just want to stay at home every day and watch Netflix. Can you imagine? For 25 years of your life, while you're watching Netflix, I'm taking O-level, A-level, degree. Whose brain will become more resilient, stronger, tougher? Okay, it goes without saying that the person who goes through all the exam stress will become the tougher and more intelligent and wiser person. Whereas the person born with the silver spoon, right? Never study much, don't worry, I got all the money in the world, I don't even need to study. Then this person's brain will easily get dementia in no time. So always make sure you thank God for stress, okay? I know a lot of us go to church, we keep praying, say, oh, dear God, please give me peace, give me harmony. I want sun one. Right? A lot of us like to pray this way. And then 2 days later, God, wow, give you physical problem, give you family problem. Say, God, where are you? Why I pray for peace, you give me disharmony in my family. It's very ridiculous, How can you pray against God's purpose? How? God's purpose is for us to become anti-fragile, to become stronger, to have spiritual growth. And then there you are hoping that life is sun. That every day, wow, 家和万事兴, nobody quarrel, everybody happy. That is not life already. That's called TV show. Then you may as well become an actor or actress. So real life will always be difficult. Okay? Real life will always be difficult. Please embrace difficulty and thank God that He has led you through difficulty. Let me move on. Okay, an anti-fragile mindset will always lead you to becoming unstoppable. Unstoppable. Wow, this word is very powerful. Can you imagine a person get cancer? Unstoppable. A person got retrenched? Unstoppable. Right? Loss of a dear loved one at home? Still become unstoppable. This person is all ready for heaven already. you see that? So we need to reach that spiritual level. Okay, let me share my story now. This is the part where it becomes a little bit intimate and personal, so I hope you bear with me. So first of all, let me share that I have a wife, 3 lovely kids, and I decided one day in 2011 to move all of them to Hong Kong. Okay, why did I move to Hong Kong? It's not because I don't like Singapore. I love Singapore, okay? I moved to Hong Kong because they offer me $24,000 per month. How am I going to reject that? And I thought to myself, okay lah, at least I can grow, right? Because I can't speak Cantonese. Never mind, go there and learn. I can't speak Japanese in a Japanese bank. Never mind lah, go there and learn. I've never led a team across Asia Pacific before. Never mind, go there and learn. So I went there and I learned, but it was so stressful. And through the whole level of stress, let me just describe roughly how stressful it was. Almost every night, I went home at 11 p.m. And anytime the company wants, they will send me for a business trip to Shanghai or to Beijing or back to Singapore. Just like that one, say, hey, 2 days later, you fly, go and meet our clients. It was very stressful. No wonder they pay me $24,000 per month, right? Every single dollar they want to make sure is worthwhile. They want me to bring in lots of clients. So I was facing a lot of stress. In fact, physically, I was even ill, especially on Monday morning. I didn't want to go to work, I wanted to report sick and get my MC. It was so tiring. I think I was suffering from burnout. But because of this episode in my life, I became a much more empathetic leader. I became a lot more multicultural in my competencies. Yeah, so stress leads to growth. And then I kept praying to God, God, please save me from this stress. And he answered my prayer. In 2013, November, he made me lose my job. Okay, I say God made me lose my job sounds a bit wrong. Yeah, but I believe nothing happens without his permission. Yeah, just like Job, right? Remember Job? Wow, the whole family gone, children gone, cattle gone, even his health gone. It's all allowed by God, right? It's not like accident. Like, oh, God wasn't looking, that's why Job happened. No, God allowed all these for a reason. So 2013, I would say one more time, he caused me to lose my job because he has something more beautiful in store for me, which I didn't realize until my bank account was completely wiped dry. Can you imagine, as a sole breadwinner, every month I pay 7,000, 8,000, 7,000, 8,000, and then $0 was coming in for 9 months. My financial consultant tell me you must at least have 6 months of savings. I should have 12 months of saving. I tell you, 6 months not enough lah. 6 months quickly went dry. So after that, no choice. I have to write an email to our dear government, and to their credit, they showed mercy to me. I showed them my IRA statement, I showed them my CPF statement, and then they say, wow, you're really very broke. In fact, I became the bottom 20% of Singaporeans. And so they decided to send food coupons to my house for my 3 children. My 3 children became something called a financial assistance scheme, FAS, right? Some of us may be familiar, some of us may not be familiar. So let me educate you. In Singapore, if you are really very broke, you can actually ask the government for help. And they will do 2 things. Number one, they will give your children food coupons, and they will also give your children free uniforms and free textbooks. Right? Singapore is a capitalist society, but in many ways, it behaves like a welfare state. Okay, so please make full use of this kind of grants from the government. And number 2, they gave me a MRT card with my face on it. Wow, so personalized, man, like a Christmas card. And then I could bring it along to tap on buses, tap on MRT, and I could get a huge discount. If I'm not wrong, I think it's half price. Yeah, why did they put the face on the card? Can anyone explain to me? Why did they print my face on the card? Is it to beautify the card? What's the reason? Please guess the reason and type in. Once in a while, I just like to ask you a question. Yeah, keep you still paying attention. Okay, very good. It's a concession card, which means I cannot pass it to my wife, pass it to my, to my neighbor, right? I cannot easily pass it. So to prevent misuse, thank you, and for identification that I am truly the person who should hold a card. Do you know in Singapore, there are only 3 categories of people who hold a concession card? One is called students. One is called elderly. And the third are called very poor people. Right? And the card makes a very different sound. Every time I go onto the bus, it says, "Tit tit." Right? Everybody is two, mine is "tit tit." So everybody see, this guy not student, not elderly, must be very poor lah. There's an orange light also. So I just want to share with you how broken I was. I went out with my ex-classmates for a meal, right, at the kopitiam. Then after that, all of them have to take bus back to the main MRT station. And I refused to take the same bus. I told them, oh, sorry, I'm waiting for another bus. That was a complete lie. Okay, sorry, God, for lying. Because I was so ashamed to board the same bus as them. All of them will have the same card sound, and only I will have a different sound. And then I'm very, very frightened. They will turn to me and say, how come your card have different sound? And so I decided not to board the same bus as them. Okay, so this was one of my darkest period in my life. 2015 and 16. Not too long ago, just about 4 years ago only. And every day, in order to save money, I eat only 2 vegetables and 1 rice, which costs $2.50 in case you're wondering. And every day I ate only 2 meals. Hey, do you know that every day you actually only need 1 meal to remain alive, you know? I don't know why we eat 3 meals. Okay, so if we eat 3 meals, actually we become obese, right? Like me, lah, since 2016, I became slightly better financially and I started eating 3 meals and I just keep growing my weight, But during those days, I was actually healthy, I ate 2 meals per day and only 2 vegetables and 1 rice, 2 vegetables and 1 rice. Yeah. By the way, if you think Singapore very expensive, it is completely untrue. Completely untrue. Right? I know people who pay $30 per month for rental in a 1-room HDB flat, which is very luxurious already. A 1-room HDB flat is much better than most Hong Kongers stay in a cage or stay in some very poor and small and squeezy place. So Singapore very luxurious. Okay, Singapore very luxurious.
Okay, it's okay, 不用了.
Oh, sorry. Can everybody mute yourself, please? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Let me continue. Maybe she doesn't like my type of story. Okay. 2016, I met someone amazing. This guy only can you see properly? He's on a wheelchair and he has lost 2 legs and he has lost his left arm. Okay, only 1 hand is left, and on this hand, only 3 fingers are left. He wasn't born like that. He was actually born normal, right? With 2 hands, 2 legs. But because one day on a Navy ship, can you see this is on Channel 5 News? A motorized winch and a rope tore his hand and legs out of his body. It's very gruesome. Can you think about it? I rather amputate my leg due to dementia when I'm lying in a hospital bed, not when I'm serving on a ship and the rope pull my limbs away. This guy has been through so much. Why do I call him Mr. Antifragile? Because after losing his hand and 2 legs, he became a national athlete. He started representing Singapore in ping pong, and he even won 2 gold medals. It is very funny, when he had 2 hands and 2 legs, he didn't represent Singapore in any sports. After he lost 3 limbs, he became an athlete. If this is not Mr. Antifragile, I don't know who is Mr. Antifragile. Okay, this guy became better after disability. By the way, this is not the worst thing that happened to him. He was recently diagnosed with cancer. His right eye was removed from his eye socket. Can you imagine this? Right? The 2 worst things to happen to any human being. I mean, the reason why we even buy insurance is to protect ourselves in case of cancer and disability. And both things happened to this guy, And guess what happened to him after the cancer? He became an athlete again. Okay. He continued to play table tennis even without 1 eye. If you go to YouTube, you can check one video where he says that it's very difficult to play table tennis with 1 eye because you're missing the depth of field, right? And then the ball is bouncing so fast, like. And yet he continued to adapt his playing style until he can play table tennis and win gold medal with 1 eye. This guy, sometimes I have to test whether he has blood or not. Maybe he's not human, Okay, so every time we face very horrible circumstances, okay, please remember this guy. Okay, his name is Jason Chi. Jason Chi. Belinda, welcome back. Yes. Okay, so please, if this guy can go through so much and be so strong, don't whine and groan when you lose your job, when your bank account left $2. Right? All these things are nothing compared to losing your hands and legs and losing your right eye to cancer. If he can bounce back, we can become stronger. So now, during a crisis, I would like us to do some reflection now. Ask yourself, how can you benefit from the current pandemic, from the current stress? Okay, right now, while I share the last few slides, start writing down your answer. Okay, after that, we'll go into the breakout room for only about 5 to 10 minutes, and you can share in the privately, very intimately, in the groups of 3 or 4, how you can benefit from this stress. Okay, so start reflecting right now based on my story, based on Jason Chi's story. Right now, I just summarize with this formula. Okay, I call it the anti-fragile formula. In our entire life, there will be many things out of our control. Okay, the retrenchment, COVID-19, economy, misunderstanding by our spouse, by our boss, by our clients, all these are out of our control. However, we must thank God that He gives us this thing called response. We have the human brain, we have the free will, so we can definitely 100% control our mindset, our attitude towards other people, our growth, our influence over others, and our daily choices. And these 5 spell the word magic. The real magic in our life is response. Not playing cards, not making things disappear, not sawing a woman into half. All these are called tricks. The real magic is our response. And if you practice this magic every single day, then definitely you become unstoppable every day and you can serve God, glorify God, and let nothing ever stop you. I'm going to pause for 5 seconds so that you can take a picture of this slide. This slide is very, very important. After taking a picture, I suggest that you actually make it into a screensaver on your laptop or on your phone. Or if you want to, you can go to a printing shop, print it out, put it up on your toilet wall so that every day when you go to the toilet, sit down, you will see this important reminder that God gives us the magic of response. So after I used the magic of response, this has become my new life. Right? I created a new career with a new business, interacting with a lot of amazing people. Right? I feel so fulfilled in my life now after I lost my job. Because these people, they are always telling me, hey, thanks for blessing my life, thanks for impacting our company. And so I feel like, wow, I really feel like a secular pastor, a unordained pastor, every day impacting lives. And I want to thank God for making me lose my job. So this has been the few newspaper articles that I appeared in, both Chinese and English, about my new life. And I told you earlier, I'm in financial consulting, and because of the anti-fragile mindset, even in a pandemic, I can reach the $1 million round table, which is the top 5% in the world. Right? The reason is because of God's grace and the anti-fragile mindset. And last year, I even grew my team. And you can see at the bottom right corner, I started a branch in USA. Right? I'm very, very thankful that when everybody's company is shrinking, struggling, I actually expanded my company, all thanks to God's mercy and also anti-fragile mindset. Okay, right now I'm going to give you a few free things, and after that we will go into breakout room. Okay, free gift number 1, I would like to give you my book. This is not a hard copy book, it's a PDF book. Okay, it is very, very easy to read finish because it has only 4 pages. It is a mini book that I wrote during the lockdown last year, circuit breaker. Yeah, circuit breaker, nobody can go out, I can't really do much also, so I decided to start writing a book. Okay, so please go to my website. You can easily scan my QR code here. I hope you know how to scan QR code. If you don't know, don't worry. Just go to my website, which is eugenesia.com. Right? You can see my website here actually. Okay, background. eugenesia.com. Then you can key in your name and email, and immediately, automatically, you will receive my book in your inbox. The next free gift I want to give you is this webinar. Okay, I'm going to run another free webinar. Every month, I run around 4 to 5 free webinars. Right? I just want to give and impact lives. So please feel free to scan this QR code, and you will learn how to brand yourself. Once you brand yourself, you will be highly sought after by your industry. If you don't brand yourself, a bit like handbag, right? If you're a brandless handbag, then you can only sell it at Pasar Malam, right? And then people start haggling over the price, which means your salary. But when you are well branded, people will pay you what you deserve. So it's very, very important to learn personal branding in order to develop your career. Okay, this is on the 16, is it 16? I can't really see the date on my screen. Yeah, 16th of March, okay? 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. all on Zoom. And the final slide for tonight is another free webinar. This is on the 24th March. It is called 3 Important Steps to Live Life Without Regrets. So please feel free to scan the QR code And if you cannot scan, don't worry, okay? Just contact me later. I will give you the link to sign up. I'm going to leave my email right now, just in case you cannot scan the QR code, and then I can email you the link. Okay, that ends my webinar. I thank you for your attention. I'm going to break you up into breakout room now so that you can share how you can benefit during the pandemic. Okay, ready? Let me unshare first so that I can see all your faces. Okay, great. Okay, in the last 8 minutes of tonight, and of course, since we go into breakout room, if you share very deeply, you can extend a little bit more, maybe up to 9:05. Okay, ready? And please don't have very awkward silence in the breakout room. Okay, be very generous in sharing your life. Because it's a smaller room, so keep things confidential in that room. Okay, let me go into the breakout room mode now and assign automatically. So it is actually God who decide which room you go to. Okay, and you have to click accept the room. If you don't click